School District, along with the districts in Neenah, Menasha, Oshkosh, and Green Bay, have decided to postpone their commencement ceremonies. As Natalie Arnold reports, seniors there are going to have to wait to graduate.
All day, most of the seniors in Appleton have been crossing their fingers, hoping to graduate tonight. Not just for themselves, but for their families, too. Initially, at least.
Did you hear about this? No, I didn't actually at all.
Seniors in Appleton were completely oblivious.
I actually did not hear about it. It's news to me.
To the pending problem. But it didn't take them long to react to the fact they might have to wait to graduate.
I hope it's not postponed because I really want to graduate tonight and just get it over with and be ready to go. But I do have family coming from out of state and stuff, so I kind of wish it would be tonight. Just get it over with.
And yet the concern for the district was everyone's safety, something some of the students appreciate.
I'm bummed, but you know, what can you do? If it gets postponed, it gets postponed. As long as we get to walk that stage, that's all that matters.
Unfortunately, the district believes it is too dangerous to have graduation tonight. They believe it is better to be safe than sorry. Reporting in Appleton, Natalie Arnold, Action 2 News.
So the following schools will now have their graduation ceremonies tomorrow: Appleton East, Appleton West, Appleton North, and in Oshkosh, Oshkosh North High School and Oshkosh West. Also, Neenah High School and Menasha High School all having commencements tomorrow. Green Bay Southwest will also have its graduation tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Now, because of the looming weather threats, other area school districts rescheduled events or ended the school day early. Isabel Calley reports out 20 miles west of Oshkosh, Berlin school leaders decided it's better to be safe than sorry.
Superintendent Jerry Runes says at 10 a.m. this morning he decided to send his students home early and cancel all school-related activities.
If we usually leave at 3:30 and it hits, then they're on the bus, they're not home. So we just made a decision to get out at 1:30 and have them home by 3 o'clock.
Runes tells me the Green Lake County emergency officials called him early this morning, advising him about the potential weather. And he says rather than have the students in buses driving through high winds, he wanted them home safe.
But the thing I just don't want to happen is getting out in the middle of a route and all of a sudden hail comes down or a possible tornado or whatever. We're only missing an hour and a half of school. We have one day left.
Most parents we spoke with were relieved and felt the district was thinking ahead.
And I'm glad they're cautious. I'm glad they're concerned about the children and the teachers and parents that have to come pick them up instead of in the middle of the storm, get it done beforehand.
My daughter's in middle school and there was graduation ceremonies tonight and a dance afterwards, and I was very relieved to hear that they canceled that too, because I was concerned with her, being there alone.
It's not worth anybody's life. My daughter's supposed to play soccer here tonight at 5:30. I do believe that's canceled. Yes, so I'm happy.
School leaders say if there's significant damage from tonight's storms, they'd consider canceling classes tomorrow too. In Berlin, Isabel Calley, Action 2 News.
So in addition to those schools closing early, we're also hearing about event cancellations for the area for tonight. The opening ceremony for the state's Special Olympic Summer Games was set to take place tonight in Stevens Point, but that event was called off because of this storm. For the latest info on cancellations in our area, just log on to our website, WBAY.com. We have a whole list there. You'll find the list on the homepage. Just click on weather as well. Let's go back live to George Graffis in Storm Center 2, who's tracking these storms. George.
Okay, let's take a look at Viper right now. Here's what we have. A tornado warning for western Shawano County that is now expired, but Shawano County you are, see in yellow there, that's a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:15. Also in the red shading now that's Langlade in Menominee County until 5:15. That is the tornado warning, and Oconto County in a tornado warning until 5:30. The strongest of those cells are right here. Now, I'm going to zoom in on them right there, give you the latest imagery, and they would be from White Lake on toward Lakewood, Townsend. Anywhere in here, you could be looking at inch and a half in diameter hail, 60, 70 mile per hour winds, and in fact, now we've got confirmation here in Langlade County. This would be 5 miles west of Langlade. They're saying that we've got hail about teacup size, which is about 3 inches in diameter, 1 to 3 inch in diameter hail crossing Langlade County. So, that's pretty much what we've seen in some of the larger hail from some of this. We actually had 4 1/4 inch in diameter back around Wisconsin Rapids. So be on the lookout in those counties. There's also another large area of storms developing off in this area here in central Wisconsin. Watch out if you're in this northwestern corner of Waupaca County. These could clip you and head up toward Tigerton. Let's go pinpoint digital Doppler. I want to just quickly show you there's another large thunderstorm intensifying near Wisconsin Dells, and that's really fast moving to the northeast. If you're in Watoma, that's going to be in your area about 5:30. Neshkoro about 5:26. Westfield about 5:09. Just about maybe another 5 minutes from now or so. So keep your eye on that one, and we'll see how that develops. But I would suspect that will intensify as well. So again, we've got a Shawano County 5:15 severe thunderstorm warning, Langlade, Menominee County till 5:15 for tornado warnings. Oconto County, you're under a tornado warning until 5:30 for also the chance for some very large hail and just even strong damaging thunderstorm wind gusts. Right now we'll turn it back to Cammie with more news, and we will continue to track these storms.
And thank you, George. We do have, if we have any pictures of damage in your area, we would like to see them. If you have those, we will probably use them right here on the air. You can email us those pictures at address wbay@wbay.com. Do not forget to include your name and where you are from.
These pictures come to us from Nebraska, where they've been feeling the effects of the storm all day long. Strong winds mean rough going on the road, especially for high-profile vehicles like semis. Watch the back part of that semi there with a red cab. Wow, you can see the semi almost got pushed off the road by the heavy winds there. Well, the search for victims and debris in Monday's plane crash over Lake Michigan ground to a halt today because of the weather. Search crews hope to use a special device to try to locate the plane's cockpit voice recorder. Monday's crash took the lives of 2 pilots and 4 transplant specialists on their way to Michigan with a donor organ from Milwaukee. Only small pieces of debris from the plane have been recovered, along with some human remains. Rough water on the lake has hindered the search effort all week long.
Congress has voted to change restrictions on the use of federal funding for stem cell research. The bill passed by the House today provides money for studies using stem cells from embryos from in vitro fertilization clinics. The clinics would donate embryos that would not otherwise be used. Opponents of the legislation say the measure involves the destruction of human life. President Bush has threatened to veto the bill if it passes the Senate.
The man accused in the kidnapping and murder of Kansas teen Kelsey Smith appeared in court this afternoon. 26-year-old Edwin Hall faces charges of first-degree murder and aggravated kidnapping. His bond has been set at $5 million. Smith's body was found yesterday in a Missouri field 3 days after she vanished from the parking lot of a Target store across the border in Kansas. Her abduction was caught on surveillance cameras, and someone who saw those pictures contacted police and led them to their suspect. Her father spoke on behalf of the grieving family.
The outpouring of help and support was a testament to how deeply Kelsey was loved. She could walk into a room of strangers and walk out with a room full of friends.
Smith says his daughter did more with her 18 years than many other people do in a lifetime.
An agreement tonight between President George Bush and Russian President Vladimir Putin on the future of a planned missile defense system. The 2 leaders finally discussed Putin's concern about the system at today's G8 summit in Germany. President Bush wants a missile defense system in Eastern Europe to protect against rogue nations. But Putin was concerned it could be also used against Russia. In fact, he threatened to aim missiles at Europe if the system were placed in the Czech Republic and Poland. Putin suggested putting the missile shield in Azerbaijan rather than in Europe. As the world's leaders meet in Germany to discuss environmental and economic issues, protests rage on outside that G8 summit. You're looking at a clash between environmental activists from the group Greenpeace and security officials. Police vessels intercepted several inflatable boats full of protesters. The activists had planned to land on the beach outside the luxury hotel where the meetings are underway and demand action on climate change.
It's one of the hottest commodities in the country right now. It's estimated a staggering 30% of the state's recently planted corn crop is headed for ethanol production this year. While it's a cash crop for some farmers, Jeff Alexander reports the soaring price for corn is impacting everyone.
Most of the corn in northeast Wisconsin remains headed for use on dairy farms this year, but around the rest of the country, demand for ethanol production has corn prices soaring.
It's a little bit of a double-edged sword.
Brown County Ag Agent Mark Hagedorn says corn impacts all of us.
There's a lot of connectivity that people may not realize.
Chances are you're already noticing it at the grocery store.
As the value goes up, the cost into other areas of agriculture and even our everyday lives is affected. Examples of this would be the price of eggs in the store, price of pork and beef, price of cereal.
Corn is one of the main staples of a farm animal's diet.
Our corn prices probably went up about at least 50% compared to a year ago.
For dairy farmer Mark Miller, it's cost